Okay, so many things going on right now. It's unbelievable. I'm just going to some of my bookmarks, and here I'm seeing some tweets. I'm letting them know America's back. That's a quote. President-elect Joe Biden says of his message to 6 world leaders he's spoken with since winning the election. So there's like 528 people likes it and 7 comment. And someone responded, "Shh, our next president and vice president are speaking." So something is going on. I'm not watching it, so it's all right. So he had just spoken here. I see 37, Joe Biden. Okay, I'll come to it. It is painful, obvious that Trump's entire contesting the election thing is just a con to raise money, more money, from his gullible suckers, and that his stooges are giving him lip service accordingly. Yet some of you are also such a gullible suckers you can't see what he's doing. Yeah, I came across something a while back, like maybe 2 days ago, that he's sending what is it, pamphlet to people and emails, and then to help whatever. I guess the thing that he said about the pamphlet is what is it? To help his campaign, to help raise money to bring the whatever the election things to court and all of that. But in the fine print is pretty much where what he's talking about is to pay some of his bills. Okay, some of the money that they raise will be going to pay bills and stuff like that. So this is what this Palmer report is saying.
Would have changed the outcome. And this is, I think, one really important point that folks haven't understood, because you see Trump and McConnell and all these people going on saying widespread fraud, and this and that. But when you actually read their legal filings, they don't say that. Now, why is that? Because a lawyer who signs a pleading has an ethical duty to not make claims unless they can back them up, particularly allegations of fraud. And so instead, so you have all this political rhetoric about how bad it is, but then when you actually read the legal pleading, it doesn't have all that stuff in it.
So who's paying for all this?
Well, we are in the form of our souls, but I assume the Trump campaign, and it was interesting, Trump has been sending around these emails. Somehow someone put me on the Trump email list, so I get them, and he's begging for money for his legal defense. And there's fine print in the email that says 60% of the money that you donate for his legal defense will actually go to pay the general campaign debts. So it's not even for the legal defense. So if you're asking why is this going on still when nobody thinks this is going to make a difference, it may have a little bit to do with that. I don't know, but it's certainly in the fine print of the emails.
So when will this conceivably end? When will they have exhausted all the legal recourse that they could pursue, Neil, and that someone says it's over? There's nothing that can be done here.
Well, I mean, in the reality-based community, we are there already. So these lawsuits, none of them matter. So I guess we could sit around and wait.
Okay, in the unreality-based community, how long will this go on where, I take your point, but where, it's all gone through the system and nothing is being changed, nothing's being entertained by any judge, whatever, and it's like finito?
I don't know. I mean, it might literally be January 20th with these people. It should be finito, certainly soon, but I'm someone who generally, follow the rules and believe in them. So, when you've got someone who's so willing to defy, I mean, I don't know if even after January 20th, I don't know if even after Biden's in office, these people will file lawsuits to try and get him out of office. I don't know. But I know that they're all going to be unsuccessful. So I can tell you that. So, I mean, yes, there are going to be a bunch of, spurious claims over the next while, but they're
Okay, let's see. President-elect Joseph Biden. Okay, let's see. 27 minutes. I'm not going to do all of it. Let's see what's going on.
The election decisively, with more votes than have ever been cast in American history. It amounts to 75 million voices and counting, calling on the Supreme Court to see this case for what it is, a blatant attempt to overturn the will of the people. And the President-elect and I cannot let that happen. And now it is my honor to introduce
Yeah,
President-elect
she's good. She
Joe
doesn't
Biden.
play. She doesn't play. She doesn't play. I was looking at something earlier where they were trying to they put something for her to stand up because she's probably short. Okay, I'm sorry I'm laughing, but what the fuck is going on with America? This is actually nuts. Okay.
Thank you, Kamala. Good afternoon, everyone. This morning, as was stated, the United States Supreme Court heard oral arguments on the case of grave importance to the American people. This case represents the latest attempt by the far-right ideologues to do what they've been repeatedly failed to do for a long time. In the courts, in the Congress, in the Court of Public Opinion, over the last decade to eliminate the entirety of the Affordable Care Act. Twice already, the Supreme Court has upheld the landmark law, in 2012 and again in 2015. And the Congress, expressing the popular will of the American people on a bipartisan basis, has rejected numerous attempts, numerous efforts by President Trump to erase the law as well. Now, in the middle of a deadly pandemic that has infected more than 10 million Americans, nearly 1 in every 32 Americans, often with devastating consequences to their health, these ideologues are once again trying to strip health coverage away from the American people. The goal of the outgoing administration is clear from the brief they filed in the Supreme Court. It asserts, and I quote, "The entire ACA thus must fall," end of quote. Now, I'm not naive about the fact that health care is an issue that has divided Americans in the past. But the truth is, the American people are more united on this issue today than they are divided. Recently, as last month, a leading survey found that American people want to keep the Affordable Care Act in place by an overwhelming margin of 58% to 36%. 79% of the American people, including 9 out of 10 Democrats, 8 out of 10 independents, and 2/3 of Republicans, want to keep the ACA protections for people with pre-existing conditions, which would be eliminated if this lawsuit were to succeed. This doesn't need to be a partisan issue.
Especially now.
It's a
What's
human
going on?
issue. It affects every single American family. We can't subvert the growing consensus of the American people based on an argument put forward in the briefs seeking to invalidate the law that even many conservative legal scholars, including in the National Review, consider to be, quote, ridiculous. Let's be absolutely clear about what's at stake. The consequences of the Trump administration's argument are not academic or an abstraction. For many Americans, they are a matter of life and death in a literal sense. This argument will determine whether health care coverage of more than 20 million Americans who acquired under the Affordable Care Act will be ripped away in the middle of the nation's worst pandemic in a century. Over 100 million people, as the Vice President-elect pointed out, over 100 million people with pre-existing conditions like asthma, diabetes, cancer, could once again be denied coverage. Whether complications from COVID-19 like lung scarring and heart damage will be the next flood of pre-existing conditions that can be used as an excuse to jack up premiums or deny coverage altogether. For millions of survivors who have struggled, won, and fought the coronavirus, fought against the loss of their life. This argument is going to determine whether women, as is pointed out, will once again be charged higher premiums just because they're women. Or seniors will see their prescription drug costs go up. And like kids who, whether or not they can stay
All right, so this is going on. It's about 30-something minutes, so I think that's good enough. All right, let's see some of the comments down here. What are some people saying? Okay, President Biden must revoke Donald Trump's security clearance on January 21st. Obviously, it's going to happen. Okay, fuck Mike Pompeo, you won. Okay, I'm still your president. Start packing your shit. Okay, whatever that means. My 8-year-old daughter knew Biden won before the election was called. She was just eating lunch, got off her chair, knelt to the ground, and raised a fist. Okay, that was when I saw a news on TV break the story. She said a woman always knows. What separates the winners from losers is how a person reacts to each new twist of faith. Okay, healthcare is a right. Thank you for protecting this right. You will prevail. Okay, the illegitimate Trump administration is gone in 2 months and 9 days. We can do it. All right, my 8-year-old daughter, New Biden one. Okay, so this time we just did it 46. Okay, so what else is going on? What else is going on? Okay, Myra was saying something here. What the F is going on in America? This is actually nuts. Okay, Sean had a march for Trump. Oh my God, I don't even want to go there. So this picture I had a while back on something. This is Kamala Harris, Joe Biden doing some sort of a meeting with expert. Okay, expert is very crucial. All right, let's read. Kamala Harris and I aren't wasting any time. We're ready to get COVID-19 under control so that we can reopen our business and school safely, resume our lives, and put this pandemic behind us. My goodness. And I even said something like Obama tried to give us health and Trump is trying to take it away. Look at, on his way out, he's trying to get rid of Obamacare. Okay, the ACA. During a pandemic, this is when most people's gonna need it. My goodness, I cannot believe this guy. Okay, we're in the Democratic Senate. Okay, our ability to advance ideas that help people lives hinge on winning the runoff of Georgia. The GOP is going to dump a lot of money into this race. It's critical. Okay, Assoff. Okay, my goodness, I hope I pronounce his name. John Assoff. Okay, Reverend Warnock have the money to be competitive. Please donate below. That's Alyssa Milano. Okay. All right, let's see. Mike Pence just checked out. What is that? Okay, let's see. Mike Pence just checked out, and there's a response. Mike Pence never checked in. Mike Pence had the opportunity to stand up for America, and he failed, cowardly failed. Okay, it is very, very sus how he had this schedule, knowing full well it was a week to the day after election. Okay, what is this going on here? Let's see. Okay, Mike Pence just checked out. What did he say? Now that Donald Trump has lost, we're seeing a number of his allies mentally checked out. Fox News is now cutting off Kayleigh McEnany's press conference. Bill Barr check out completely until Trump start firing people, prompting Barr to announce another one of his imaginary proofs that won't go anywhere. Just try to convince Trump to fire him next. Now it's turns out Mike Pence is checking out physically. What did he do? NBC News is reporting that Mike Pence just went on vacation. What the hell? On vacation? No, really, vacation. To be fair, this vacation was already scheduled before the election. But if the Trump-Pence regime really thought there was any chance whatsoever that they could magically overturn the election result, Mike Pence wouldn't be going to Disney World right now. Oh my God. This is the latest reminder that in spite of whatever noises and protestations and whining you might be hearing, the Trump regime is over. And everyone involved with the Trump regime knows it. Pence is already at the point where he's not even willing to cancel his vacation just to keep up with appearance that they're still somehow in the game. Oh my God, he's on vacation. Okay, I'm gonna stop. It's already 11 minutes. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.